you all for being here today. I'm so honored to be here in Marietta. My family and I look out and see so many of our wonderful friends here. My name is Lauren Childers, and I'm running for the Mississippi House of Representatives, District 3. As a lifelong resident of Prentiss County, my family and I have strong roots in this very district. I also come from a long line of public servants. I grew up in the center of county government as I watched my father serve as Chancery Clerk for 16 and a half years. In addition, my great-great-grandfather, George Mathis Denson, here from the 4th District, actually served as state representative in the 1930s after he was a school teacher for 40 years. I've seen firsthand the inner workings of both local and state government. Prentiss and Alcorn counties contributed greatly to who I am today. This district is my home, and I would be honored to serve the residents of District 3 in the Mississippi House. I've spent many years preparing myself for this very job. I'm a proud graduate of Boonville High School and attended Northeast Mississippi Community College. I have both a bachelor's degree and a master's degree of business administration from the University of Mississippi. While attaining my master's degree, I worked with the Office of Admissions at Ole Miss, recruiting high school students and helping their families with the college search process. I currently work with marketing and communications at the Landmark Community Incorporated and the Landmark Nursing and Rehabilitation Center, where my family and I are involved in the day-to-day care of over 100 seniors. My family and I are small business folks, and we have been my entire life. I understand firsthand the important role that small businesses play in economic growth and development. That's why I'm committed to working with local officials to not only attract but keep quality jobs in Prentiss and Alcorn counties. I will stand up for those who serve this state by protecting your state retirement system. Ladies and gentlemen, we are only as good as our word. Our teachers and all other state employees have honored their end of the bargain, and it's only fair for the state to keep their promise. I will also work to ensure that health care remains accessible by supporting our community hospitals. Ladies and gentlemen, my decision to run for this office is not something that I take lightly. It is my belief that members of our legislature should be working together instead of fighting against each other. Teachers, if certain members of this current legislature were your students, you'd send a note home to their parents. Their disagreements have placed rural hospitals, public schools, access to affordable health care, and the state retirement system in jeopardy. Ladies and gentlemen, every year that the legislature fails to fully fund our public education, they fail every child in this state. Since 2009, the Prentiss County School District, which currently educates over 2,350 students, has been shortchanged $9.4 million. Ladies and gentlemen, that equates to 94,000 textbooks, 31,000 computers, 99 school buses, 27 teacher salaries for 10 years, or 25 counselor salaries for 10 years. For far too long, Mississippi's children and school teachers have simply been forgotten. Public schools are the lifeblood of our communities and the foundation to our economic success. It's been said many times that the road to better jobs runs right through the front door of the schoolhouse. Better schools generate better student performance, a more qualified workforce, better jobs, and therefore a better economy. As a proud product of public education, I am deeply committed to the success of every student. I believe that all of our students deserve access to quality education, regardless of where they live or how much money their parents have in their bank account. Ladies and gentlemen, rest assured, there will be no bigger supporter of your students in public education than Lauren Childers. That's why I'm honored to have been chosen as the best candidate for children and schools in this race by the Mississippi Association of Educators. Let me also take a moment to congratulate Principal Trimble, the teachers, staff, parents, and students of Marietta Elementary. Marietta Elementary was one of only 11 schools statewide with a 100% pass rate on the 3rd grade reading test. Look at the accomplishments our teachers and students are making with limited resources and an underfunded budget. Ladies and gentlemen, imagine what our students could do with a fully funded budget. budget every year. For me, this race is not about right or left. It's about right or wrong. Doing the right thing should never be a partisan issue. You see, education knows no political party. Unemployment knows no political party. This race is about supporting the values you taught me right here in District 3, not the ones in Jackson. Let's move this district forward. I'm Lauren Childers, and I humbly ask for your vote and support for Mississippi House of Representatives District 3 on August 4th. Thank you.
Thank you, Lauren. Our next speaker seeking the office of Representative District 3 for re-election, Mr. Tracy Arnold.
It's an honor to be with you here today in Marietta. I want to thank the Relay Life team for their work here.
Hey, how you doing?
Lost a lot of my family members to cancer. That was very important, valuable. I want to thank them for their efforts. I want to thank them for their efforts here today. Make sure you can hear me here. Marietta, Marietta, Marietta. When I think about Marietta, there's two things that I think about. Number one is the Marietta Elementary School. I'm extremely proud of their productivity, and they are ranked within the top 5 of our state. I want to thank Ms. Trimble and the students, the staff there for their hard work, and even you parents that work with your children at home. Thank you so much. I'm extremely proud of the Marietta School. I'm proud to say here today that we have given our teachers a raise for the last 2 years. Do we have any school teachers here today that are thankful that you got a raise? I see a few in the house today. They should be thankful. You know, the MAEP formula is important, and we want to fully fund education. And by the way, I voted to fully fund the MAEP formula for 3 years before the tax break came in. We were voting on this year. And I've got even better news for you. Our education funding over the last 4 years was $9.5 billion. This year it was $2.5 billion. That's a historical record high, and it is above and beyond the MAEP formula by almost $1 million. Ladies and gentlemen, what we want to see happen in the Mississippi House of Representatives is for that money to get to the classroom so that our children have what they need to learn and that our teachers are paid a decent salary. And that's what we're going to continue to work toward. We don't need Jackson absorbing a lot of those funds before they even come to our local county school districts. We need to make sure the money comes all the way to the schoolroom where it makes all the difference. But you know, we can jump around with our flag and say, well, they didn't fully fund education. We overfunded education for what the formula required. And I'm extremely proud to be a part of that here today. You know, that record high funding is going to make a difference. It's already made some difference in our community today. And one of those differences, we see job growth and creation in our state. Over 17,000 jobs have been created in Mississippi since 2012. 17,000. Now, why is that important? We not only need to educate our children, but we need to make sure they have a place to work when they get their education. Because we've seen a lot of our kids move out of state to attain a job. Recruiting industry and retaining industry is a very competitive business today. There are other states, there are other countries that are competing to recruit industry. So every job that we keep in Mississippi and every job that's created in Mississippi has an impact. That's additional funding that comes in and funds our school systems. That's not coming out of your pockets. Ladies and gentlemen, we're doing that. The unemployment rate in Prentiss County has dropped almost 5%. That's because there's been 467 new jobs in Prentiss County. 467 folks are working, providing for their families. And that is what this is about, ladies and gentlemen. People being able to make a decent wage and being able to take care of their families. I was very pleased to be a part of the Mississippi Silicon Productions Project, and it's in Burnsville, by the way. I will work with anybody to bring jobs and industry to our area. And there's people right here in our community that are working at Mississippi Silicon Productions. You know, I even took Craig Farr, one of our local guys from our community here, and I introduced him to Dave too, who's over that up there, and trying to connect to build some relationships so some of that work can come back to Ladies and gentlemen, that's what this is about. It's about job creation. And that's going to help us get out of where we are today and into a better way of making a life and an income for our families. You know, we got prayer back in our schools, by the way. How many of you believe that's important? It's important for your children to be able to pray in schools. Now, let me go ahead and say this. Your children can use their Christian religious beliefs in their homework and their assignments. We passed a piece of legislation at RIFA that protected our Religious Freedoms Liberty Acts that we participate in. We got prayer in our schools. I'm very proud of that today. We got rid of that hideous inspection sticker. How many of you think we don't have to buy that inspection sticker anymore? I know I've been pulled over a couple times and say, your sticker's out. I just forgot about renewing that sticker. We got rid of that. We supported legislation that's helped to secure our Second Amendment rights. I want to tell you ladies today that you can carry a gun in your purse without having a permit. And with all that's going on in Baldwin, bodies being found, and all that's going on in Corinth, people being shot at. Ladies and gentlemen, you might need to carry a gun in your purse. Gentlemen, you might need to carry a gun in your briefcase, in your backpack. Because there's people in this world that are going to come out and try to take advantage of you, and you need to be able to protect yourself. As a member of the Mississippi House of Representatives, we have worked past legislation to be able to do that. I want to thank some of the people that are sponsoring me, have endorsed me, and that kind of thing. I want to thank the Mississippi Bankers Association, Mississippi Right to Life. How does it feel today to live in one of the safest states for the unborn child? Ladies and gentlemen, that's what we're going to be working on in Mississippi, protecting the innocent unborn. And some of you guys, you know, like me, getting on up in your years a little bit, we might need to look out for our seniors because there's people out there that want to trim us off as well. Maybe they think we cost too much to take care of them. But you know, we need to stand up and protect our seniors, stand up and protect the innocent unborn. And I'm certainly privileged and thankful for Mississippi Right to Life to endorse me as their candidate during this election cycle. Mississippi Realtors Association has gotten behind me as well, the NRA, Mississippi Concrete Industries, Caterpillar and the Caterpillar employees, Mississippi Healthcare Association, which is our nursing home owners, the Mississippi Hospital Association. But most important of all, I'd like to thank you because you voted for me in 2011. And I need your vote here again for this upcoming election in November. Send me back to Jackson to represent you so that we can move Mississippi forward and make a difference. I continually ask for your prayers and your support. And I want to say one other thing before I leave today. It's time that we stand up as Christians and godly people against the agenda that liberals in Washington are trying to shove down our throats. How many of you today would agree with me and say, I believe in godly, biblical marriage between a man and a woman? We need people with deep, heartfelt conviction to stand up and proclaim what's right, even when it's not popular or politically correct. And that's what you got in Tracy Arnold. I don't fit in certain arenas down there. They don't know what to do with me sometimes. They say, he's a preacher. But you know, my highest calling of all has been a pastor of the good news of the gospel of Jesus Christ. But I want to thank you for allowing me to represent you. And I have had a wonderful time this first 4 years. I've had an opportunity to help so many people in our community. There's been some people that needed their disability. They deserved it. They worked hard all their lives, and I was able to help those people. I've helped people move their family members from one prison to another because they wanted them closer to home because, you know, they had some elderly family members that couldn't go and visit. I've worked in many situations. You're going to see a lot of people come out and vote, and they're not Republicans. A lot of them are Democrats, and that's because I help everybody. I help people that don't even live in my district. Because that's what a pastor does. You help folks. And that's why I'm running for this position again. It don't pay a lot of money, that's for sure. I claim $18,000 on my taxes. I like to help you. So I ask for your vote and support. I'm thankful for our mayor. She's done a fantastic job, our board of aldermen. We're working on the project with them. I'm talking to the governor about that. And if it can happen, or can be done, it will be done. I guarantee you that. So I want to thank you today. May God bless you.
Thank you, Tracy. Seeking the office of Representative District 3 is Mr. Jimmy Russell. Jimmy?
I'd like to say, most of y'all know who I am down here in Marietta, Mississippi. Those who don't, I am Jimmy Wayne Russell. I appreciate all my friends. I've made a lot of good friends down here in Marietta over the years. Marietta's been a town that's always been good to me, as I've run a tree service for the last 21 years. Run my own business, you know. I used to live right down here. First house I ever bought was down here at Blythe Chapel, just right the other side of the hobo station. You know, and I've always liked Marietta. It's real good people. Due to my job and most of my work does lie around Bumble area, I had to load up my equipment and move it all a little closer to home. But I do appreciate y'all down here. Most of y'all know how I stand on moral issues and stuff, and of course, I believe the homosexuals should still be in the law. 120%. I do believe that we should stand behind the police officers, everybody else that's in this here thing, so we don't end up with so many here protests for wrongdoers of all things. It's like Mr. Halston said there at church the other night, and made mention about the protest that took place whenever a deadbeat thug got shot and then turned back around. Here a 7-year-old, innocent 7-year-old, got killed in a drive-by. Now why ain't people up and protesting against those thugs and out there really protesting over something, you know, that really matters? No, I appreciate Mr. Halston for bringing that to our attention the other night in a church. You know, but I'm a man also. I've got a lot of connections throughout this here state and a lot of other things. As your state representative, I'd pull every tax dollar I could back to help y'all here in Marietta. I'd like to see another industry, something other else open up, so these here ladies and everything, and you men around here that would be able to work right back here. They wouldn't have to drive all the way to Baldwin or Itawamba or Tupelo or Bumble or over to Red Bay or something, you know, so they can be a little closer to home. Because that drive time, it really kills you. It kills your pocketbook. I mean, we burning gas going down the road, traveling so far of a distance, you know, and with the Mississippi Lottery Association help, I don't know if y'all know what forestry is the main income of this city now, and most of y'all realize that. And forestry is a big industry in the state of Mississippi, and something I worked in. Of course, I'm not so much of a logger as I'm a tree surgeon. As I said, I got an arborist degree in '95 from Mississippi State, and I study trees, and I study them to see how they can grow them better, see how we can grow them faster, see how we can grow them in more different ways, see how much misabuse they can take also in the same process. You know, a lot of people don't realize the scientific field that I am in. I also know working with Mississippi Lottery Association and other things and other places like I have over the years, it opens a door, because there's 48 counties in the state of Mississippi that is heavily into forestry. That there's so many more representatives I can work with to help and get things back here in this area. There's so many other things I can do. I'd like to see and be able to continue this in our home health care. It's so nice to know that we have got a home health care system where a lot of our citizens now, they can rest at peace at the house, and they have people come by and check on them and take care of them in the nursing facility, in the nursing industry. You know, it's so good that you can leave your parents, your grandparents and stuff at home now. You don't have to necessarily take them to a nursing home. And that there has been a big help and a big comfort to a lot of families over the years. You know, there's so much to do as a representative, and I do my absolute best to do them all. On moral issues, I stand high. On business, I know how to take care of business. When it's time to play hardball to get something for you, I know how to play hardball too. It's something I've learned in business over the years. Even though I got an arborist degree at Mississippi State, I took another course in business and better business management. You know, and that's a good thing to have. And I did learn a few things in there, but I also learned that 80% of it don't apply in the real world. You know, and it's sad that it don't. There's something else I push forward. I want some help for our teachers to help be able to get them students that's so corrupted and destructive in class, to be able to somehow or another to get some help back with them. Somehow or another push the legislation where we actually, if they're so destructive so much, and the parents ain't trying to do nothing about it, send the parents home a fine about $50. Get their attention, let them know that they have to be taught something at home. Besides senior droopy drawer, pop cap crap, and all that other mess that they teach them today. Teach them a little respect. You know, I'd like to see a way that we could get in there and do that. You know, I'd also like to see a business class be implemented in every school, every high school, or every junior high at least start 7th, 8th grade, maybe 9th grade, to teach them work ethics, teach them basics of tools, teach them basic fundamentals of how things really work in life. Teach them how to be operative as soon as they get out of high school, not have to go on to college so much. And also, this right here would help them work their way through college. I know we got computers and everything now. You know, with the computer programming and all, you know, that's, most people can do that themselves. Here I am, I can do it myself. I can program my own computer and everything. And I just went to school for drafting. But I do say, and I will admit this, our public school system here in Prentiss County, Mississippi is probably, in my generation I know, yielded more what you would call successful people than probably any other school system, not only in the state, but also in our nation probably. Because we've had more in my generation that become successful business owners, that become lawyers, doctors, nurses. They were successful in many fields. Miss Randy, your son was back one of those successful generation people. There's a lot of them in here. You know, many of them. But you know, we got to push forward, and we got to, you know, it is computer time, but we got to get back to teaching the basic fundamentals of how to use basic tools and basic things to our children. We got to have this implemented in our school. Because, like my kids, I've got a lot for them to do, but not everybody's got that. Most people, you know, all they got is a yard for the kids to learn how to mow and a few dishes clean. We got to get back to teaching them some basic work ethic. And it's a necessary program. It needs to be implemented. Very necessary for the growth and future of our nation, for the growth and future of our state, for the growth and future right here in Marietta and all over our district. And I would be the absolute best man for this job, because when it comes time to fight, I know how to get in the arena to fight. I won't have to sit down, I won't have to write a speech first, but I can get up and flat speak. And I can speak my mind, or I can read a speech, or either one you want me to do, but my goodness. If you want me to be your voice in Jackson, just like Jimmy Wayne Russell as your state representative, it don't really matter about my thoughts. What really matters is your thoughts and what y'all want to see I've done. Thank you. God bless you.
The kids are asleep.
Look what I got.
Oh, my Fruit Loops.
Let's do this.
Get up.
Loop me.
Bring back the awesome.
Yeah!
With a great taste of Kellogg's Fruit Loops.
Follow your nose.
True luxury is not just a heated leather seat, or exotic open pore wood, or refined chrome accents. It's the places it will take you. The Jeep Grand Cherokee, the most luxurious vehicle in its class. The most awarded, rewarding SUV ever.
That I came home to as a baby. This is the community where I